All right, guys, so what are punitive damages and can they help my injury case? So in a standard personal injury case or a products liability case, you have general damages and special damages. Easy way to think of it, special damages are kind of anything that we can easily put a number on. So like you went to the ER and that bill was $20,000. It's got a number, that would be a part of our special damages. General damages are the next level, and that would be like emotional distress, pain and suffering, things like that. So you'll see somebody that, they get involved in a lawsuit where they've got $50,000 worth of medical bills, and then the jury may add $60,000 or more for pain and suffering. And those would be more of the general, which is on top of the special. In addition to that, in some cases, you have punitive damages. Punitive damages are meant to punish the defendant when their conduct was more than just negligence. Standard injury cases and even medical malpractice cases, those all involve negligence. There was a standard of care, somebody violated it. Somebody didn't use the best judgment, somebody wasn't paying attention. When you get to punitive, that's somebody ignored an unjustifiably high likelihood that harm would occur, an injury would occur, pain would occur to somebody, okay? The easiest example of that is drunk driving. That's where you got punitives, they come into play all the time. You got behind the wheel, you were drunk, you knew there was a higher risk that you were gonna hurt somebody. You see that with these pesticide cases that we've talked about. We see these huge multi-million-dollar judgments against these corporations because in those cases, the jury believed that even though that the person that filed the lawsuit may have just $1 million in medical bills, and they may have thrown another $1 million or more on there for those general damages for what they've gone through. You see the big numbers, those $200, $300 million verdicts, those are for the punitive damages. The difference, punitive damages are meant to punish. The general and the special damages were only meant to compensate you for what you've gone through. They're not meant to harm that person. The law is just facilitating an exchange for what you've gone through in the form of money, because that's all it can provide sometimes. Punitive damages are meant to go offensive against the defendant. It's that finger pointing at the defendant and saying what you have done is wrong to a greater extent, and we, the jury, believe you should pay additional money for what you have done here. So punitive damages are definitely not available in every case. Now, can they help your case in terms of compensation? If you've got a large commercial defendant and they're financially viable, absolutely, yes, they can help your case and you can get more compensation in some instances. In a standard case where it's a case against a homeowner's claim or anything, even some corporate claims, if you've got an insurance company, a lot of times, even your car insurance, check your contracts. Those check your there's going to be a clause in there that says usually that they won't cover punitive damages. You'll have to get separate counsel in that case. Now, can you up their risk evaluation and be like, hey, you've got a duty to protect somebody and I've got all this evidence of some bad stuff? Yeah, and they may pay you out a little bit more, but it really depends on your defendant. But hope that helps, guys.